7 baseball hitting drills to stop you from pulling off the baseball and keep your front shoulder closed. Now, the first drill I have for you is the Joey Votto drill. And the reason why it's called the Joey Votto drill is because I've seen Joey Votto do it, and he did it religiously. When I was with the Cincinnati Reds, I would watch him in spring training. I'll watch his routine, because when you're trying to get better, watch the people who are having success and see why they're doing things. Then ask them. And that's what I did. Every day I would watch him. So basically the drill is angled hitting. So you're gonna be right here hitting, and you're gonna have a person slightly to your front hip or a little bit behind, as you can see right here. And what they're gonna do is they're gonna angle and toss it here. Now, you don't want to just pull this ball. Then you're opening up, that front shoulder would come out. You wanna try to stay and hit this ball up the middle to hit it over the L screen over here. Joey Votto would do this every single day, and he would force himself to stay up the middle, stay to, you know, the left center gap, and he really focused on that. And he said, you know, they're going to come in and throw lefties against him, and he has to keep himself closed to be able to hit this ball. So once I started like seeing what he was doing, I was like, you're right, I need to start implementing that into my game. So this is what I would do. I would stay just like this, have my hitting coach flip it right here, and I would just try to drive this ball over the right center wall or hit the right center wall on a line, and that keeps that front shoulder from opening up. Now, for a lot of young hitters, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for them. I remember I did it once to a kid. He's a right-handed hitter, and he was one of those knee spinners. I flipped it and didn't even think about like moving much, and it literally bashed me in my face. He literally just went whack, line drive, hit me in my face. I was like, oh no, I was out for a second. That's a tip for you. Stay behind the fence. But yeah, after he hit me, he's like, oh man, I'm doing something wrong, and immediately fixed, because he didn't want to hit me again. And I was like, I don't want you to hit me again either. So the second drill is I actually learned from Troy Glaus. Troy Glaus was with the St. Louis Cardinals, and I was on my way up to the big leagues. Shout out to Troy Glaus. But the drill that he recommended to me was, you're gonna get a tee, and you're gonna get close to the tee, okay? You're gonna choke up, and you're going to try to focus on hitting this ball up the middle. We don't want to pull this ball, okay? So you're here, and you're focusing on driving this ball right up the middle. So it's forcing you to stay in here, stay in here. So I'll show you from this angle. It's forcing you to stay in here. You see how my shoulder is staying in there, and then boom, it's not going that way, okay? So it's staying in there, right? And it's all about your posture, right? A lot of times pulling off the baseball is from your posture. Your posture is getting messed up. So you're here and swinging at the pitch here. So if you're swinging at a pitch there, you see how I'm coming out of my base, I'm coming out of my posture, I'm going to roll over, I'm going to pull off the baseball. So it's all about keeping your base and your posture. You want to stay in that position. So every time you hit, remember your posture, remember where you're at. So in this drill, it forces you, it's so uncomfortable. It's in on you, right? And it's forcing you to stay in here, keeping that posture strong, keeping that base strong, right? And you're fighting your body to stay in here. You're not going to vacate, because a lot of people see that inside pitch and then they vacate, right? So it's staying in here, and then you're just going to hit this ball right up the middle. Okay, so that is drill number 2. So the third drill I do is I actually tell them to choke up. So we're gonna choke up about this much, and I'll front toss them. I'll give them some flips, and I'll tell them to stay up the middle. And basically what that's doing is letting the ball come to them. So what that's going to do is let the ball get deeper so they can stay more closed and drive this ball to the opposite field, or stay up the middle, or wherever it is. Now when they go to the normal bat, they just train themselves to let the ball get deeper. So naturally they're going to let the ball get more deep and not come off the ball. So all we do is just choke up 2 inches, 3 inches, where the bat is, you know, super small now. And then you take your 5 to 7 swings and then go back normal. And guarantee they're going to be more closed, because they're going to let the ball get deeper, because they just trained themselves to do that. And they're not going to open up. And that's basically what you want. So the next drill is called under the bridge. I really like this drill, and I use it with a lot of my younger players. I wish I used it more when I was younger, but I used it when I became pro. I didn't know about this drill. Basically what you're going to do is pretty much have that L screen, like we put it right over here, and you're going to hold onto that L screen. You're going to choke up here, and you're going to go under the bridge and hit this ball. And you see how right here, I'm like this. See how my shoulder is not vacating? If your shoulder goes this way, you're going to pull off the ball. But we're staying here and we're working inside of our body and working through it, okay? So it's keeping our shoulders in there. So I'm gonna show you right here. So if here, go here, inside and through, okay? So now the shoulder's working the proper direction and not coming off the ball, right? See how my posture is? I'm staying here, my posture is this way. See how my torso's bent and I'm staying in that position? Now I'm not doing this, right? I'm not coming out of my posture. So I'm staying here, I'm teaching my body to stay in that same posture to hit the base. I really love this drill to get that feel of what you're supposed to feel and to stay in that position when you're hitting. Stay in that base. Stay with the torso bent. Stay in the athletic position. I love this drill and I highly recommend you do it under the bridge. Do it with your top hand and just go under the bridge. You don't have to swing too hard. Just get through. Bam. You want to just feel yourself get through it. Okay? You don't want to feel yourself coming around the baseball. So the next drill is a staple and everyone does this and I'm a big believer in it, and it's side toss. When I do side toss, I don't go directly across from me. I go to an angle. When I flip it to them, I flip it to the inner thigh, the groin area. Now, when you do it this way, if they come around this ball or that front shoulder fly, they're gonna pound it right into the ground. Eventually what's gonna happen is they're gonna stay inside their body and they're going to work on the inner half of the ball, and they're going to drive this ball up the middle to the opposite field. So I really love this drill. So after this drill, I like to go into the next drill. Instead of throwing directly at them, I'll go to the side of the cage and I'll throw at them. I would throw about 6 steps over from the pitcher's mound and I'll throw across the plate. Now I'm angle throwing. If they come around this ball, they're going to pound this ball over here, pound on the ground. But if they stay the right way, they're gonna hit this ball right back out to me or up the middle. So this is a really good drill to keep them from pulling off the baseball. It's a drill I highly, highly recommend. Just what the New York Yankees do with most of their hitters. They put a pitching machine, and they put the pitching machine over, not directly on the mound, but over, and they have it coming in at an angle and force them to stay that bat path working this way, right? Because if they get over this way where they're pulling off, they're going to roll this ball right into the ground. So forcing them to stay that way towards the, so they can start driving it the right path. So it's a drill that, again, I highly recommend. So definitely try that drill out. So the next drill is called the tap drill. And again, I really love this drill. So basically what you're doing is, it's similar to playing pepper. And I remember, we used to play this growing up. I'm not sure they play this anymore. If you used to play pepper, comment below. I want to know, right? But playing pepper is essentially what you're doing in this drill. What you're going to do is, you're going to have someone flip you the ball in normal situation, not doing the angle hitting like right now. You're going to flip it normal. And what you're gonna do is just tap it. So you're just gonna go right here, just like that, tap. So you're gonna get ready to hit and then tap, okay? So if you're doing it right, you're going to be behind the baseball and you're going to be direct, and the ball should hit the barrel and it should go up the middle to the right side. If you're doing it wrong, you're coming around it, you're gonna pound this right into the ground. So all we're gonna do is just tap it, just like this, just like that, okay? So they're gonna flip it to you and you just tap. Wherever the ball is, tap. Where it is, tap. And it just teaches you to go the right path and feel it. And I like to do that because I want them to work slow and start to be in control of their body instead of just taking hacks all the time. So that you just gotta slow everything down and just be in control. So the tap drill allows them to control their body and control the barrel of the bat, right? So just tap it. So they're getting ready, low, bam, tap. Staying close, tap, right? Let that ball get there, just tap it, okay? So it sounds like Adam Sandler right there, just tapping in. That's funny, but that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna tap it. So that's 7 of them, but I wanna give you one more, a bonus, and it's the 3/4 drill, okay? The 3/4 drill is something I love to do after I do the tap drill. So they're just gonna go tap, that's the tap drill, but then 3/4 you just go a little bit more. So it's just 3/4 swing, bam, bam. So it's not a full swing, but again, it's teaching you the right path. So you're basically building their swing up. You're building it from the tap to the 3/4, and then eventually you'll do a full swing. But you're getting them to work the right way because they're gonna have to stay closed if they're doing it right. So if you enjoyed this, you'll love the 5 best baseball drills for players of all ages. Go right now, click that, and go and watch that video. It's gonna help you out. So go ahead, click that video, and I'll see you in the next video.